first of all, what has to happen in order for Greece to attract foreign investors, meaningful foreign investors?
Yes, okay. As you probably know, we are here for the 13th year in London, organizing our annual roadshow as a stock exchange in order actually to give the opportunity to investors to speak with 31 managers of the companies listed in the stock exchange. It is the first time that we have interest for 31 companies after 2008 for such a figure, a high figure. I believe that the non-financial sector is having an increasing interest because it is having very good results during the last years.
Okay, but what are the prerequisites, for example, for the Hellenic Exchange to actually revive? Are there things that you need to do to put in place for people to say, it's time for me to invest in Greece?
All this period of the 7 years of crisis, we have seen different waves of interest from investors. I believe that the good performance of the corporates is the most important issue to attract investors. And we have seen this year an increase of net income of our listed companies of more than 32%. And also, I must say that 70% is the increase of EBITDA that we faced during the last 5 years, and thus are attracting the investors at this point of time.
But overall, do you worry, for example, that the pre-election period means that investors will shy away because they're concerned? Is it a burden, or will investors actually forget the political situation in Greece?
Always the investors are sensitive on the political situation. In statistical data, the last 20 years, we are not see any abandonment of the market before elections.
Okay, is the government's intention not to implement the agreed pension cuts causing problems to investors?
What I am understanding and what I can say is that all the discussions and the planning that we see in front of us at this point of time is business pro.
But what are investors, so you're here in London, what do investors ask of you? What do they ask you about the political system in Greece? What do they ask about implementation and reforms?
Look, now these was questions that we were facing 2 or 3 years before, or now they are focusing mainly on the projects of the companies. The macro environment has been, let's say, become a second part of the discussion, not the first part.
So what's the first part? The first part?
Looking at the specifics of each one of the companies that they are meeting. What are the potentials for growth? What are their business plans, and how they are going to perform the next years?
How many new IPOs do you have in the pipeline?
Actually, this is the Achilles heel of the stock market. Yet we don't have a pipeline of IPOs. We have managed to have 1 IPO every year during the previous years, and this is because we need more than 6 months of stability without assessments, etc.
So do you think you'll have those 6 months of stability next year? Or do you have to wait until the elections to try and get that IPO pipeline through?
We believe that now it has opened a door of 6 months stability that can attract IPOs in the market.